Hello and welcome back to the Captain Crow Show. Today we plan to share with you a few things that we wish we had known when starting out in Elden Ring, and the first of which is holding down the D-pad automatically brings up your health potions. Like, it's so great. The same works for the spells if you just hold it down and it goes back to the first spell in your slot. I actually think it might be the same, but it turns red, which leads me to believe that it's actually the health potions. I can test that real quick, hold on. Nope, I lied. It just goes back to the first thing in there. So, quick tip, put your health potions in your first slot and then do that. Second off, we have skeletal militiamen and other skeletal summons like this one with the ashes. They come back to life if they're not finished off, just like the skeletons in the game. So they can be a huge help during boss fights and stuff that are giving you trouble. And they do go after them to finish them off if the bosses are left alone. But if you attack them and aggro them before they finish them off, they'll just res with full health. Alright, the next tip is using your quick item slots. If you can, as you can see here, I'm holding down Y right now on my controller, and it's popping up with these 4 quick options that I have assigned with the summon, the lantern, and the horse there. So, if you want to assign them to these, you just go over to the right here on the start menu to where it says pouch. Press Y on one of the slots, and you can select what to assign to it. Okay, and for our next tip, we have equipping great runes. So once you get a great rune, you can go to the respective tower. So for Godric, it's right here. You'll encounter some lion thing, and then go up here a bit of a ways. There's a portal right here. Don't worry about the bridge breaks, but there's some obstacles in the way. I won't spoil them for you. Regardless of those, once you get down here, you'll finally be able to come up here and get to this spot. So once you're here, these things were always dead. The Great Rune is hovering right here. So once you click on it and press Y, it restores the Great Rune so that you can actually use it after that. So once you can equip it, now you have a new option as a Grace. So once you get to the Grace over here, you now have Great Runes, which will allow you to equip the Great Rune. This one raises all attributes by 5 to be exact. And this one raises maximum HP, FP, and stamina. I haven't redeemed any other great runes yet on this character, but some different ones have different effects. Rena doesn't give you one because the queen there, she doesn't give you one because she gives you the rebirth to respec basically instead. So I really hope that helps some of you because it took us far too long to figure that out. Up next we have, you can dual wield any weapon, so long as they're in the same weapon classification, and yes, that even includes, you guessed it, whips. Here's the thing though, is the whips and everything are cool, but the only thing you can't do that with is magic stuff. But if you use the left bumper, it will actually fight and duel both of them. The exception is weapons that automatically dual wield. There are a few of those, I won't tell you which on here. But if you're interested in knowing more, I can make a list of those in a video. So just let me know. On to our next tip. Ashes of War cost nothing to change, so don't forget to try other elements or techniques on those hard-to-beat bosses, you know? You can... Wow, that was a bad example. You can set these to pretty much anything you want once you get enough of these things. They're pretty crazy. They'll change any of the damage types, it is definitely worth. It even reinforces the physical damage on some of them. So, but it's definitely worth looking into. Alright, and so throwing a rainbow stone that you can craft. So you can craft them down here out of ruin fragments. I already made a bunch. But once you craft those, you can come here and go to use. And it will chuck one. Once you do that, see how it broke at the bottom there? That means that fall will kill you. normally, what they'll do is they'll just sit there and be pretty, like this. And you can use them to like mark trails and stuff. They'll stay for a time, but not like forever. But again, if you want to ever mark a place and be like, oh, hey, could I survive this drop? Just drop one of these down there, and if it breaks, yeah, you're gonna die. Last but not least, a lot of people doubt me on this. The horse combat actually allows you to deal more damage per strike. So in certain cases, it is actually worth it to be on your horse for the faster movement speed. So like here you can see I'm doing quite a bit of damage with one strike here, but you gotta like play it realistically. You can't just, keep swiping like that or you're gonna end up killing yourself. You've gotta just make passes like jousting in the old days. My sword is shit and it doesn't reach that far. But there you go, see? 282 damage, whereas normally we do a little less than that. Granted, I outleveled the shit out of this thing, and it's not doing a lot of damage to me because of it. But, you know, 383, that was a good strike. Like, that's more damage than this sword normally does. So, I hope that helps some of you. Cases like the Radon fight, it's worth it to just, like, stick up their butt with it, with the horse, and just keep hacking away. Otherwise, like the tree sentinels and stuff like that, they might be a little easier for you too, especially if you have a longer reach weapon like the colossal weapon on your arm. And if you haven't seen a knight cavalry do that yet, that's kind of weird. Alright, so that's that. Thanks for watching. This has been things that we wish we had known when starting out in Elden Ring with the Captain Crow Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this content.